Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Last time, we started up here on the Maktar Nebula. We actually did a fair bit, and also kind of a lot and not a lot simultaneously. We started up, and we did both the main missions on this planet here. We found the Thugs for Less jamming satellite, we destroyed it. We started up going to the battle arena, and we repaired the energy bridges. It's surprisingly a lot, but not a lot simultaneously. This planet's pretty small, all things considered. This video, we're going to be starting off here by heading back to the battle arena, because there's a lot of stuff to go over with this area here. We now have access to a lot of missions here. Yeah, we have the Hazard Watch Your Step mission, which I'll be going into here. You have a weapon vendor at the beginning here where you can completely max out here. We're going to be doing this for 1,500 bolts. Let's get to this. These challenges, I think, are very much worthwhile because you can get a ton of bolts for doing these, and they're not that taxing to do. So, yeah. If you want an easy way to get a lot of bolts and experience, these are definitely a good way to do them. I'll kind of be going over some of the early ones, and then maybe in the later ones I might, like, cut to a montage of doing some, like, some sped up stuff here. Because, yeah, these do start to get a little redundant after a tiny bit of time. Oh, I did not notice you were there, buddy. There you go. Alright, and kill you, kill you. I'm just kind of using the chopper for right now, because, again, this is just a weapon I kind of want to upgrade. I can focus on the gravity bomb if I really wanted to. And I'm out of this, so looks like I'm focusing on Gravity Bomb for the last little bit anyway. And get a lot of bolts at the very end there, and that should be a 1,500 bolt prize. Alright. Chain Blade Challenge. This is definitely something worth talking about.
Returning to battle is everyone's favorite gladiator. He slices, he dices, and carves up a main dish. Please welcome Chain Blade.
Chain Blade is a mini-boss that we'll be fighting here. This guy can be kind of tough. If you can beat this guy with only using your wrench, there is a skill point for that, I believe. If not a skill point, it might be a PlayStation 3 trophy. I know there's something you can get for killing this guy with just your wrench. That is something I could recommend coming back for at a much later on point. Because that would be a lot easier later on in the game, like, especially when you have more health in particular is probably the main thing you'd want from that, because this guy is kind of tricky for this early on in the game. Though, if you kind of just jump around a lot, his attacks aren't too threatening. You shouldn't be in too much trouble with this guy. Alright.
Chainblade's really got his hands full with this one.
Okay. It's kind of hard to tell whenever it's actually locked on in midair or not, and that's kind of the thing you're looking for with this weapon. Yeah, because both of those never returned because they weren't lock-ons there. Alright, let's just make this really, really easy for the end of this. And is that a upgrade for the... or miss? Is that an upgrade there? Is that an upgrade? Not quite, but we definitely got a lot of experience for that, though. And, for doing that, we now have enough money to afford the Blitz gun. So let's do it, because this gun is awesome. So yeah, you can also tread challenges to get more bolts. You won't get as many for doing these again, but you will still get a fair bit. Like, 1,500 for the first mission again isn't a bad thing at all. Our next one, kill 30 enemies in 30 seconds. This one, I'll stick with the chopper again. This one's not gonna be too bad, I don't think. Alright. Yeah, killing 30 enemies in 30 seconds. Not too bad here. We still got plenty of time. Most of these enemies die really, really easily, so not in any particularly huge rush here. There we go. Easy mission.
You have won the prize. Choose.
And we got another mini-boss coming up here. This is the B2 Brawler.
From the planet Cerebella comes a colossal creation. Stand back for the big and the brainy. Let's give it up for the B2 Brawler.
This thing can be obnoxious. It is definitely the harder of the two bosses between this and Chainblade. That's not just me making... I don't think that's me making an opinion here. I think this thing's factually just a tougher opponent than the B2 Brawler. Might die quicker in a way, but its attacks can definitely be a bit on the obnoxious side to avoid. I think I'm going to focus on maybe using the Gravity Bomb when it's up like this, because... yeah, it can be kind of on the annoying side to kill. I suppose I could use the Blitz Gun to actually show that off as well here. That might actually not be too bad here. So yeah, let's show that off here. It's basically a shotgun. It has a pretty wide close-range burst radius here. Yeah, eventually it's just going to start spinning. Gonna try and see if I can finish this guy with the chopper here. Whew, that was super lucky. Got a health upgrade from that. Do I get a weapon upgrade too? No. A lot of experience, though, and a lot of bolts. Kill 60 enemies in 60 seconds. Let's definitely buy some more ammo for that. Alright, once again, a lot of the small fry in this one, so not too threatening right off the start. Really, most of your weapons should be pretty good for this point. You know, the chopper's just good because it can kill a bunch of enemies and hit multiple times. You should have the Lancer upgraded by this point already. If you don't, then you must have been really reliant on the gravity bombs. I feel like, in a way, I wish I had some more weapons upgraded by now anyway that I normally don't. But yeah, that was already 60 enemies right there. We got the Mega Challenge. Oh boy, this one. Let's go with this. 10 rounds. I feel we're kind of at the point now where the matches are going to start feeling a bit samey, so I think at this point, I'm just going to speed some of the rest of these up and go over with some of these with post commentary here. The Mega Challenge is just going to be kind of the kill a bunch of enemies in a bunch of waves and just try and survive. So yeah, we've got a lot of missions to go over and only a short amount of time to do so, so let's get to this. Kind of continuing on through the Mega Challenge here. We got an upgraded gun! The Mini Nuke. This thing just annihilates stuff. So yeah, as I was saying, kind of continuing on through the Mega Challenge here, it's pretty much just 10 rounds with a boss fight at the end. It's just Chainblade again, so not a too terribly difficult mission to go through. Yeah, if I can give one recommendation for these, none of these challenges are too out of the wall difficult. Especially if you can afford the weapons at this point, such as the Blitz Gun and stuff. These challenges aren't really that bad. I'm mostly focusing on weapons that still need to be upgraded in this kind of instance as well. So yeah, this is the use only heavy Lancer challenge. This one can be kind of tricky because you don't have ammo. A big trick to remember for this, though, is that enemies can damage themselves, which is what I take advantage of for about half this fight. And also, don't go trigger happy with the heavy Lancer. Treat it more like a semi-automatic gun where you would only want to fire it a couple of times rather than fire it repeatedly all willy-nilly. That's a very, very good way of keeping track of this weapon, because otherwise this challenge could give you some trouble. But as you see, we're like 2/3 of the way through with only using a little bit of my ammo, and here's kind of the part where I start going ballistic with my ammo. So yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm not too concerned though. Also, again, having it upgraded to the Heavy Lancer makes this a lot more tolerable. A lot more tolerable. Alright. Kill 8 enemies with the mini nuke. This is more or less what we just did, except with an even more deadly gun. So, try to lure enemies into a crowd and annihilate them with only one thing. You basically can kill everything with 2 mini nuke rounds per round. So, yeah, it's a pretty easy one, all things considered, though. We got the tag team between the Chainblade and the B2 Brawler, which, thank God, not at the same time, but this fight can actually be pretty tricky. Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure I lost this one. It's, I mean, on their own, they're not that difficult of boss fights, but the B2 Brawler can definitely be a little bit challenging here. So, just keep that in mind here. God damn it! Oh, that was such an embarrassing way to freaking lose that. Indeed, that was a rather embarrassing way to lose that. So yeah. Again, I kind of just say stick with some of the heavier hitting guns for this though. Stick with the Blitz gun for most of this fight. Stick with, you know, the... Stick with kind of your more upgraded guns or your Blitz gun. The Star actually is a pretty good weapon as well for just doing kind of repeated damage over time. We have the Endurance Challenge, which is just completing 20 rounds here. Again, kind of not that different from the other rounds we've had already, like the Mega Challenge and stuff like that. I don't believe we get health for this one, so you do kind of want to be a little bit cautious, but again, this one's not really that hard. It's just as it sounds, it's literally just an endurance challenge. There we go, upgraded chopper time, which is upgraded to the multi-star. Very, very nice. And continuing on once again here. Yeah, if there's not really a whole lot of other tips I can get just because of how straightforward it is. I do like playing these segments of the game, but they do kind of lack desire of anything that interesting to talk about. I got a bronze trophy there. I believe that's for getting a certain number of bolts there, but that's pretty nice, I suppose. So yeah. Alright, after clearing that out, we finally have the Ultimate Challenge. This is more or less the same as the Endurance Challenge, except slightly less rounds. And we have to fight each of the mini-bosses twice at some point during this, which... that can be kind of annoying. Yeah, we have to fight Chainblade pretty early on round 6. I think we have to fight B2 Brawler on, like, round 10 or something. And then we fight these two as, like, a tag team at, like, the very end, so... yeah, I believe I mentioned this piece of advice in a later video, I think. If there's one piece of advice I can give, if you're having difficulty with this, try and go through this with getting close to a nanotech upgrade before you enter this, and then hopefully being able to get a nanotech upgrade about halfway through a fight. That can make this a lot more bearable to sit through, because if you do that, that can just make things... that can make things a lot easier on you, because it'll act like a screen nuke. The only downside is you have only one chance of doing that. So yeah, I was not wasting any BS here with the B2 Brawler. I was more or less just using the mini nuke, and that's that. Phew! Wow, that was lucky!
Ultimate challenge. Congratulations.
So yeah, for doing all that, you can basically get a crap ton of bolts, as you can kind of see. And a lot of weapon and health expansions. I literally have 1 HP right now.
If you want to earn lots of bolts, visit the arena later for more battles.
Joke's on you, I visited a lot already. I'm actually not sure how much of my time I'm up to right now. So, I think we're gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna head off to this planet here for one quick moment. I feel like, in a way, considering I'm only uploading 2 videos a week, I really don't know how much I feel about spending, like, just this week alone on just the, Maktar Resorts, so I think I might quickly head off and just kind of give you a glimpse of the next planet here. So we got a few new weapons here. We got the mini turret glove, the seeker gun, and the pulse rifle. Buying the mini turret gun immediately, no questions about that asked. Seeker gun, it's okay. I might consider it, but yeah, you know what? I'll buy the seeker gun now anyway. Pulse rifle's interesting. I'll definitely bring out kind of what I'm talking about in a bit. I'll go over these weapons a bit more in the next video, just because we are kind of a bit low on time. The seeker gun is, or not the seeker gun, the pulse rifle is a really useful weapon. It's basically a sniper rifle. I just don't really need a sniper at this point, so I'm kind of holding off on it for the time being.
The swing shot is required here. You'll have to go to another planet to acquire it.
Well, looks like I'm not going here then. And I don't remember if I can go the other way for this or not. Actually, yeah, I think I can. Yeah, the blitz gun is definitely a really useful weapon. These big pink Thanos guys are, by that I mean these weird pink, like, Helmasaur-like guys, kind of annoying. They kind of hurt a little bit, and they are a little bit resilient to some of your weapons, so keep that in mind. Yeah, the blitz gun is definitely one of your best friends, though. It's probably the strongest weapon up to this point, which is probably why it costs so much to even afford, but yeah.
Double tap triangle to switch between recently used items.
That's a really nice tip there, too, yeah. Tip I don't really even use very often, but yeah, you can double tap triangle to switch between some of your more recently used weapons here. And I might as well show off the mini turret glove here, since we haven't really gotten a chance to show this off yet. Yeah, it basically is what it says. The mini turret glove, just gonna straight up forefront say it, one of the best guns in the game. I know I say that a lot about a lot of guns, but this is such a good weapon. Like, for how early on in the game it is, it'll take a while before it's fully upgraded, but trust me, when this thing is, oh, you're gonna have such a powerful weapon for like any point in the game for what it is. It's really that good. So, just kind of continuing on in here. Just kind of got some thugs here. And they're all dead. And definitely getting a lot of blitz gun ammo here. That's definitely really nice. And kind of a suspicious looking battle arena here. Got a lot of guys coming in. So they're gonna feel the wrath of my turrets now because they were stupid enough to walk in here. I believe you can have 4 on screen at a time. Maximum nanotech just increased. That's really nice. Pretty much getting up to 3 full, or close to 3 full units of life, which is always nice. And I believe I know what's coming up here, if I remember right. Yes, it is.
Excuse me. I think I just blew another vacuum tube.
Should I have a look?
My word! You young people are so fresh these days. Oh, don't feel bad. I guess I'm just old-fashioned about that sort of thing. Did you know that I've been with Gadgetron since the beginning?
So you sell these gadgets?
Darling, they sell themselves.
If you've previously played Ratchet and Clank, any weapons you've earned in Ratchet and Clank's save file will be offered at this vendor will be free. So, remember when I said that Megacorp absolutely shits on Gadgetron? Let's see that in action here, because this is in fact a Gadgetron vendor. And I don't know why these are costing so much, because this should be a free purchase. There we go. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit to go through here. Yeah, these were weapons from the first game. And some of these were actually pretty decent. We got the bomb glove. I don't know why this is in the game when the gravity bomb is kind of the same thing. We got the Visibomb gun, which is a really nice weapon from the first game. This is basically a homing rocket that we didn't get until pretty mid to late game in the first one. We got the decoy glove, which was alright. The Tesla claw, which is probably the best weapon in the first game. And we got the Walloper, which I don't really use very much anyway. The only thing that's left here is the Rhino 2. Let's see the problem with this. None of these weapons can be upgraded, and compared to our Megacorp weapons, they suck ass. These weapons are so weak compared to our weapons from the first game, it is not even subtle. We have basically no lock-on capabilities at all. We're killing small fry here, but bigger enemies, they will probably not take, like, they can probably take these hits pretty well from this gun. Let's demonstrate also with just some other weapons here that we got here. Bomb glove. Just a worse freaking, like, gravity bomb, or mini nuke, I guess now as it is. The Walloper, just, why? Honestly, you're probably better off using your wrench, even if the Walloper might do a little bit more damage. Visibomb gun, again, is actually a pretty cool gun, but it doesn't really serve much purpose in this game. In fact, I think this is even more situational than it's ever been. And that's saying something. It was actually a pretty powerful weapon in the first game, though, so I can't really complain too much, but... yeah, like, what would you rather do with that? Just that, or just straight up kill this guy? Considering you can't really lock on with the Ratchet and Clank 1 weapons, that's easily, I think, the biggest problem with those. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode of Ratchet and Clank. Next time, we're gonna take a look, we're gonna actually head back. Actually, is this the next planet on the thing here? Yeah, it is. Next time, we're gonna take a look at those races that we were advertised, since we did find the Desert Riders. And we can't really scout the ruined machinery. And then we might actually make our way back to Megapolis and have a look around there. Thank you for watching. I've been Masterstarman, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.